Hey folks, thanks for clicking on the video. My name's Patrick and you're watching Motoramblings. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about route prep, long distance traveling and preparing for it. I'm about to go on a much longer trip than I've ever done by myself. Or actually, I think it's more than I've ever done at all. I'm about to take off to go out to Sturgis, South Dakota. Now, it's not during the rally, but a buddy of mine, a person I've met in person one time, invited me to go out. There's a whole bunch of guys getting together out there, and he invited me to go along and meet up with all these people that I've never met before and ride around Sturgis, South Dakota. And I thought, you know, why not? I want to see all those sights. I want to ride all those roads. So I made my reservations. I'm going to meet them out there, and we're going to ride for several days, and then I'm going to ride home. And so I've been preparing. I bought the Carpuride, so I have GPS that I can follow without having to try to squint my eyes at a telephone. I've got highway pegs on order. I'm staying at a cabin in a campground that does not have any heat or anything. So I'll be bringing my big sleeping bag, and I bought a pillow just to have that little bit of comfort. I've been kind of riding the bike, making sure everything's good. I was going to not ride the bike between now and when I leave, but something happened there. I'll get to that in another video. But I'm prepping for the route, prepping for the trip. I've gone to Google Maps and I've looked at destinations around where we're staying. I know the guys that are kind of organizing all this have group rides out to most of the destinations that I want to see. So I should be able to see everything I want and even maybe be guided into it. But just in case there's something that I'm not going to see for whatever reason, I've got it all documented, what I want to see, and put it into my phone as recent destinations, so when I'm out there I can just plug it in. I've looked at the route from home all the way out there, made some adjustments on that so that when I get close I can ride, get off the highway and get on some side roads for a little bit and knock off some of the sites off the bucket list. So I'm preparing, but I've not done such a long solo ride before, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm missing, what I'm not. Now, by the time you see this, the trip will be over, but you know, how do you prepare for a long trip? How do you pack? How do you set everything up? And you know, do you have like a go bag that's all set, that's all you need, which I do when I go moto camping? What is it that you do to get ready for a long trip, especially if you're going solo, going to meet people, you know, and you're riding out there by yourself? You know, what are some of the things you do? One thing I did do is I got some phone numbers for some of the guys that are going to be traveling out that way. One guy's leaving a couple of days before I am. Another guy's leaving like a day or two after I am. But we should be taking similar routes. So if any of us have a problem, we can get a hold of each other and say, hey, this is where I'm at. Where are you? You know, kind of a safety thing there. But the other part of it is, like I said, I've done 750 miles, no problem. And I felt good afterward. But I also knew I was at the end of that 750 miles, I'm going to be crawling into my own bed or, you know, my room at my mom's house there. So this time I know I'm not going to go all 1,600 miles in one go. I'm not riding straight through 1,600 miles. What I don't know is where to stop. I don't know. I'm not making any reservations because I don't know how many miles I'm going to want to do. I don't know how many miles I'm going to feel like doing. I could get out there and 500 miles in and be like, oh man, I just don't want to do this anymore. Look at the kudzu is dying here. Somebody sprayed it. I'm assuming that I'll probably do at least 700 miles. And if I'm thinking 700 miles, I might just go ahead and do 800 miles because at least that's halfway. Well, if I'm going to do 800 miles, then I might just go ahead and try to knock out 1,000 and do an Ironbutt. So I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to do all this. I do believe that on the way home, I'll probably end up trying to ride as much of it as I possibly can to get home because of the destination home. I want to get home. But on the way out, I'm not sure, and I'm not going to make any reservations. I'm going to head out. It is not the time of the rally, so I expect that when I get to the point where, okay, I've got to stop for the night, get some sleep, I assume I'll be able to find a place. So it'll be interesting to see how this all goes, how the ride goes. Now that's weird. Gigantic white dogs in the middle of the road. Great Pyrenees? Skinny Great Pyrenees? Anyway, squirrel, or dog in this case. I will, when I do the trip, you'll see this video before you see the trip videos, but I will be back before you see this video. Time travel, so weird. I do believe that on the way out, the way I'm going to try to document my travels is pretty much just talk to the camera every time I stop. Whatever the reason is I stop, I'll put it on camera as to why. And you know, if it's I hope it's just fuel stops. Every time I get fuel, I'll turn the camera on, how many miles I went, how many hours, what's the price of the gas, and I'll take at least 15 minutes to get off the bike, stretch my legs, grab a snack, make sure I stay hydrated, all that stuff. But until I get to the cool stuff, I'm probably not going to record much of the actual riding. Now, when I get out there, I anticipate I will be recording a bunch. And, it's way too early to decide if I'm going to do one gigantic video, if I'm going to break it up into several, maybe do like a day. Each day have its own video other than the traveling to and from. When I'm out there, maybe each day will have a good morning and a good evening and everything in between. We'll figure it out eventually. Look at that view. Man, I am on 209 called the Rattler. I'm nearing the flat end of it, the straight end of it, over near Ferguson's General Store. I'll be making a left and heading up toward Haywood County and I-40, gonna meet a buddy. I stopped at the Trust General Store and I took off my jacket, which I should not have done. It's 63 degrees. I thought the sun was coming out. All right, folks. Well, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the travel videos. Be interested to see how it goes. All right. I'll talk to you all later. I hope everyone can stay well, stay safe. Most of all, stay happy, y'all. And check out this video here. You might like it. Motoramblings out. See ya.